So before we begin dinner, the maid of honor, Kira, has a few words of wisdom she would like to offer to the new couple.
Hi, everybody. I'm a little nervous, so we'll see how this goes. So, for people that don't know me, my name is Kira. And at first, my goal for this speech was to try to make Katie cry, but then I realized I probably would be crying, and there's a professional photographer right there. So, I'm going to just try to do my best to prevent any tears, but it's probably not going to happen. Also, I want to point out, if the speech isn't great, it's because I couldn't have Katie edit it for me. See, over the years, Katie has been my best editor. She has been my point person. I have trusted her with my most personal secrets and have shared my happiest moments with her. And this is the nature of our relationship. This is a definition of a best friend, and this is my definition of Katie. Don't cry yet. I met Katie at college. We both went to Muhlenberg. For all the Muhlenberg girls out there, we lived at Brown. We got along very well at the start. We both were going to be psychology majors, and I remember a lot of my memories from freshman year were of me in Katie's dorm room studying. But really that meant I was just blabbering on about boys and eating their food. But that's why Katie's an amazing person. Even though she could be doing anything else in the world, she would just pass me the box of her Triscuits, listen to what I had to say, and smile at me. She has always had the ability to listen to all my problems and make them better, which I'm sure most of in this room can agree is one of her best qualities. Back in college, Katie also knew Jason. But back then, he was known as Doogie. Doogie Howser for short, thanks to the Beta Boys, which is probably the best nickname ever. For those of you that don't know it, the cat's out of the bag, Katie had a crush on Jason back then. And although it didn't work out, destiny must have been in store for them, because what blossomed from a little crush turned into a full-grown romance and now a marriage. Timing wasn't right for them back then, but a few years later they reconnect. Unfortunately, I was living in Chicago for the beginning of the relationships, and I got a lot of updates through the phone. And I remember one call early on in the relationship when Katie called me and said, "I'm falling in love with Jason." And I said, "Are you crazy? You guys have only been dating like a few months." And she said, "I think that Jason is the man I want to marry." And I didn't believe her at first, but she said it with such conviction that I just trusted her, and in true Katie fashion, she was right. Jason, you're a lucky guy, and I know you'll make an amazing husband. A true gentleman. I'll always remember the story of how you came over to Katie's house for a party, and though it was during a snowstorm, you stayed and you dug out Katie's car, and then you dug out all her friends' cars. You've always been patient and amazing, and you've been there for her. You've become her partner, supporting her in her business endeavors, encouraging her love of travel, allowing Katie to talk about adopting every animal she sees. I couldn't ask for a better man to marry my friend, and I'm so glad you guys found each other. Katie, you've always been my best friend. Throughout my life, it's been an honor to call you that. I told you this once, and I'll share it again tonight. I've never had a sister. I've always wanted one, but never lucky enough to have one until I met you. You're my favorite traveling companion, my favorite confidant, my favorite therapist, my favorite comedian, my favorite friend. You've always been the sister I never had, and I love you, and I'll always be there for you whenever you need me. You and Jason have been an inspiration and an example of what a successful relationship is. One filled with laughter, tears, respect, and most importantly, love. So to my sister Katie and her husband Jason, I raise my glass to a future filled with laughter, love, and if my prediction is correct, a house filled with 200 animals. I love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the maid of honor.